This one might ruffle a couple therapeutic feathers, but the theory that your therapist practices doesn't really matter. And in the outcome research for psychotherapeutic outcomes, what they find is that the most important thing that predicts whether you will have a successful therapeutic outcome as a client is the quality of the relationship that you have with the therapist. The relationship is the healing vehicle of change. And what's really interesting is if you take something like psychodynamic theory, which is all about insight and repression and all this stuff, and CBT, right, which is all about thoughts and change and behaviors, what we might consider two very, very different therapies. The research finds that the best CBT therapists and the best psychodynamic therapists are actually more similar to each other than the best CBT therapists are to the average CBT therapist, and the best psychodynamic therapists are to the average therapists. So it's actually about the therapist's ability to connect with the client rather than the specific theoretical model that they use. Now, does a different theoretical model connect more for some people than for others? Yeah. But the way I like to think about it is it doesn't really matter what paintbrush you have or what type of paintbrush you have. If you're trying to make art, it's much more important to be an artist. Therapy is not simply about technique. Therapy is not about direction. It's about the wisdom of being able to respond in this moment to the needs of the person in front of us. To be present in uncertainty. To be able to really hear, what does this person in this moment need? That's client response specificity. Because each person might need something different. Now, our theoretical orientation helps us therapists to organize. It helps us to give a coherent worldview. But it's not the therapy that changes. It's the therapist and the client in the relationship. That's what brings meaningful change. We can all stand on our soapbox about how one therapeutic approach is better than the other, but the actual clinical research finds that there's certain qualities of certain therapists that are more effective in establishing the relationship. If you honor the relationship, if you honor the present moment, if you honor being here, it will honor you.